Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to the best show in the NFT land. We've got NFTLive. We're coming at you hot with the latest news from around the cryptocurrency industry. Man, we got a jam-packed episode. Welcome into the chat, guys. We appreciate you showing up early for us. We got a jam-packed Halloween episode, man. What's going on, Ronin?
Not much, Q. Not much, man. Definitely have a full episode for you guys today. We're talking about all types of fun stuff, man. Obviously, we've got Halloween this weekend, so hope you guys are getting hyped for that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for some candy and some trick-or-treating through the neighborhood, you know what I mean? And also, man, there's so much going on in the NFT space. Lots of competitions, lots of cool art drops and collaborations. So, yeah, man. How's it been going for you?
Ronin, it's going well, man. I think the NFT space, obviously, every week it's a hot sector, and we've seen a lot of things. It's probably, as far as like the amount of stories we're talking about, going to be the biggest episode that we have on schedule. But Ronin's dropping candy to kids, and we've got candy or NFTs to drop to you guys today. So that's going to be the schedule. We're going to be bringing in EOS Nation. That's a pretty big piece of news. We've been dropping it over the past week. EOS Nation is going to come in. Steph Bison from them. They're going to come in and talk about their latest NFT project, and also there's going to be some drops for everyone here. So that's going to be exciting, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we want to say thank you guys, everybody who dropped into chat. Loadmaster, Crypto, Brandon, thanks for being here, buddy. We appreciate the help. Juan, Bullseye, Loadmaster, what's up? Paul Young, DeViro, how you doing, man? Scott Harris says, heck yeah. Juan says, resistance is futile. We are the NFT army. I love it. DJ Wisdom, what's up, Steph, and everybody else who joined in. We appreciate you guys today, man, and we appreciate the energy. I'm really hyped for this conversation, buddy.
Yeah, we're going to get to the stories here in a second. I did have some quick news to get to. We did have Adriana from Cypherglass in the EOS ecosystem as well reach out to us and say if we could highlight Hallow EOS. So I just want to highlight them really quick before I touch on Roll as well. So if you could pull that up on my screen, Buff. It looks like Cypherglass is running their annual Hallow EOS, and basically what you're going to do in the contest rules are kind of laid out here. You're going to tweet a photo of your EOS or EOS.io pumpkin that was carved, and you're going to also follow, I believe, let's make sure, tag Cypherglass, use a hashtag Hallow EOS, and then you will be able to kind of come in and earn EOS for that. So just wanted to give a quick shout out to Cypherglass as well as Roll. I'm going to bring up Roll here as well. So it looks like they were able to raise another $1 million round. Obviously, if you've been following Layer 1, we've been doing LADS token. We work with Roll in all fashions there. So it's great to see the Roll team as well kind of do well with this new $1 million round. So they're absolutely killing it. Those were two teams that we're familiar with, that we've worked with, that we know kind of on a personal basis. So definitely a shout out to those guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. We appreciate the support and the support for everybody in chat, man. So what else have we got today, man? We got so much to talk about.
We do. Yeah, middle of the episode, we'll bring in Steph from EOS Nation and talk about the project they're working on. We do have an all-time high from last week. I know you kind of tweeted about this all-time high, Ronin, but we did hit 58 last week. So the new all-time high is 59. So if you guys do hit all-time highs, obviously you're receiving rewards for engaging in the chat today. But if we do hit all-time high, which is 59, you will get a 2x rewards for that. So that's super exciting, man. I know we kind of have a shit ton of stuff to talk about from the LADS community, but I glossed over kind of what you got on your schedule for NFTs here coming up. So how's that going?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. And I figure, you know what? Right now is probably a good time to go ahead and say hello to Buffalo, right? What's going on, Buff? You there, buddy?
Yes, I am Mr. Oogie Boogie Man. I'm gonna try to do
I love
the
it,
whole
dude.
show like
I love
this.
it, dude.
We
You
got a
gonna
good
keep it
one.
on the entire time?
No, I can barely even see it. You guys over here, right? Are you?
Yeah, totally. The other way. I love it, dude.
I'm excited for Halloween. I don't know you guys. I'm gonna have a little issue here. I'm not getting either of your guys' screens. So just to give you the heads up on that, we'll figure that out as we move the show onwards and upwards, as I always say. But yeah, let's have a great show. Good luck, guys. Happy Halloween.
100%. All right, we'll do it live then. So this is what's going to happen, guys. We're obviously not going to be able to be showing our screens. Apparently, that was something that I guess we're just going to have to work out on the fly. But we've got Axie Infinity. Axie was the first kind of piece of news here on tap. We've got them working with Binance Launchpad and launching their AXS token. So basically, they kind of came out this past week. We are talking with Gio to try to get him on the Layer 1 podcast next week as well. But they've basically launched this AXS token. They're going to be, using it in a variety of fashions. There's a couple different tweets that I can get to you guys and put it in chat. But basically, they're going to be using this for, earning, so that people can go into the Axie Infinity kind of world that they've thrown up there, where you can complete quests, dungeons, win tournaments, interact with your land plots, all of these different things, and we can obviously get into more of that as we go forward. They're also going to have an ability to commit to the treasury, so you can stake to their treasury and receive earnings based on the revenue that they have going forward. So yeah, there are a lot of cool things coming out of Axie. I think, let me get some statistics. So current holders, based on the latest kind of posts that they made, current holders are looking like I believe 13,000 addresses, and market participants are going to be over 10,000. So Axie's absolutely killing it on the NFT front. Definitely one of the best in the industry. So this is a big move.
Yep. Axie is one of those projects that I definitely wish that I would have gotten in a little bit early. Like I would have gotten in early on, and I think that they're obviously making all the right connections. They are really got the inroads. They've been around for a little while, and they're kind of showing that to continue to stay ahead of the game, you've got to continue to innovate. You've got to continue to implement these things that the user base is asking for, right? So obviously kudos to them. It's a huge announcement to be partnering with Binance. And awesome. It's awesome news.
Yeah, definitely. I want to pull up one specific situation here where we can talk about kind of their circle of life. I'm going to I know we had an issue with the actual sharing of screen. So what I'm going to do is throw up a link that kind of describes what's happening with their ecosystem. So if you guys can click that link, it'll take you to kind of a circle of life, essentially. We kind of have the universe, and you can kind of see there that the players are earning AXS. They turn into AXS holders, and then they can stake to that treasury, get rewards for playing, as well as the treasury governing the game universe itself. So there is a really nice kind of cyclical universe and economy there that's coming up. Like I said, we're gonna try to have Gio on next week. I think maybe a duo episode with another big NFT player. That was just right before the episode, so I don't want to give away anything too soon. So should be good.
I love it when I find out new news, man. That's awesome, dude. I think that obviously collaborating and chatting and doing as much as you can to just get the word out is an excellent idea, and I'd love to have a little chat with him. I was actually got to watch a panel with him, and it was excellent to just have a chat and talk about what they have going on over there at Axie. And I think that it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to that one.
100%, man. I think that's going to be a great episode. I can't wait to get more details there. Guys, I know we're kind of running this on the fly here. I guess Rustin was asking if we can drop the links in chat for stuff we're talking about, since you can't share the screen. So what I'm going to do here is actually add all the links to the description. So if you refresh your browser in about 30 seconds, you'll be able to kind of see all the links that we're talking about here today. That way, we can handle that issue so you guys can follow along. But I know we had another story to get to, Ronin, as we make our way through the episode. So you want to hit that?
Yep, definitely. So the next one is, hold on, sorry. I was trying to sort out this whole situation with the desktop. Where's our notes at? All right, so yeah, some other big news obviously is that we wanted to chat a little bit about the fact that I feel like NFTs are really starting to break out, and we're starting to see a lot more people who were maybe not as interested in NFTs coming into the space. Some influencers, I guess you would say, who are out there, and they're starting to actually put out content for NFTs, which is really, really cool. And on that subject, we did see that the brothers who run Nifty gateway. We're actually on the POMP podcast yesterday. So I think that like obviously like the biggest thing for bringing new people in is getting the word out and getting it out to people who at least have like a little bit of an understanding right now, right? Because it's not like the technology is to a point where we can just have like these totally like seamless experiences. So bringing in people and not having any clue what's going on with blockchain is probably not ideal. But if we can tap into the crowd of like a pump, right? Like that is like the type of folks that you want to be preaching NFTs to. So to have that going on in the space, I think is excellent. And then like right on the back of that, they announced that they are actually partnering with BEEPLE to have his very first official NFT drop. And if you guys don't know who BEEPLE is, he's got a huge following on Instagram. He's got something like 1 billion followers. He does every day. He does a prompt, and it's a 3D animated prompt. He comes up with just some of the wildest stuff you'll ever see as far as 3D animation is concerned. And he has a drop tomorrow night at 7 p.m., which is huge for the space. I mean, obviously, we hope to see as many people come in through that as possible. And it's gonna be fun to see like one, what the drop structure is gonna be like, and then two, like how quickly that bad boy is gonna sell out.
Yeah, it's interesting to see McCormick and Pomp and guys that are traditionally kind of just mainly Bitcoin or have made their way into Ethereum a little bit, talked about DeFi, how they talk about NFTs and how they talk about DeFi itself. What was Pomp's kind of response to when the brothers were talking about NFTs? Was Pomp open, or I know we've gotten some pushback
yesterday.
Okay.
I think they recorded yesterday, and then so we'll see that actual episode get released at some point. I don't know what his release schedule is like, but he was pretty hype about it, man. So like it seemed like they had like obviously spoken previously, and then it seems to me like he's looking forward to kind of getting that conversation going.
Got it. Okay, sounds good. I'm going to move on to the next story that we've got. We've got Sanbox. They're in the news every week. They're going to be doing their new land sale here, and they also added a IP, the Smurfs, which we'll get to here in a second. But I did want to follow up because I didn't touch on specifically the highlights from that Axie Infinity, which is this Binance Launchpad that's happening. I think you have 7 days, or I believe even less, to get into this Binance Launchpad. I'm going to pull up based on the 2.97 that they're trying to raise, 2.97 million. That's 11% of the total token supply. That puts it around 27 million in total market cap if it's fully diluted. Now, you can follow that if you want to. I know some people, feel a certain type of way about, fully diluted and circulating supply and things like that. But obviously, if you go into the Coin Codex article that I put out, you can see the returns on the Binance launchpads that have happened up to this point. So definitely interesting stuff to keep up with. If you have access to Binance Launchpad, I'm jealous of you. So it's happening over the next 3 or 4 days, and you need to kind of obviously express your interest in stake. I believe that's the way that it works to the lottery, so that you can get access to the Launchpad launch once it goes live. CZ, let me in. But anyways, we've got the Sandbox that we'll move on to. So go to your description, guys. That's where the link is going to be found. If you guys are just showing up, we had some issues with sharing our actual screen. So you'll just go in the description. You'll see the links that we're talking about. But it looks like these Smurfs are coming to the Sandbox. So the Sandbox is having one of the largest sales in pretty much in the history of their sales, which is kind of crazy to say since they've had so many. But they're looking to sell 11.5% of the actual total supply on the map of land sales, and a portion of that area, because they've worked in areas up to this point, is going to be reserved for specifically IP related to the Smurfs. And then the Smurf assets will also be, accessible like the Care Bears have been and some of the others have been in this kind of entire sale process. So what do you think about that, man?
Wow, dude, just another IP, I think the Sandbox really is picking up traction every single day. And obviously, they've announced a couple already. The Smurfs is a big one, especially when you're considering the fact that they're really trying to get as much adoption as possible, right? So this is going to appeal to families, it's going to appeal to the younger crowd. And then throw in the fact that they're having the biggest land sale that they've had so far with 11% of their parcels. I think that's excellent news. Combine that, throw it in next to Care Bears and whoever else is coming next, and you've got, I think, a formula for really well put together metaverse, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what other people have going on, like outside of like the big IPs. I know that we've got a little bit of whatever we're, we're trying to do here. So we've got some special stuff coming to Sandbox as well, and it'll be a good time, dude.
Yeah, I'm 100% ready for this kind of release here. So we're super excited. I know me and Buff were talking last night, and I promised myself I wouldn't talk about this, but I need Sebastian to give me alpha access to the Sandbox right now, right after this episode. We have to get this done. Like we want to do so many things in the Sandbox. I need alpha access. So I know you have alpha access yourself, Ronin. So definitely looking forward to that release. I think there hasn't been any updates as far as their launch, so we're working on a December release here for Sandbox.
Yeah, it's still showing as end of year. And just for the lads, so you guys know, the value is about to get pumped up a little bit. We've got my desktop back, so at minimum, I'll go ahead and pull up those links for us, brother. No worries there. We got that sorted out at least a little. So
Awesome,
we apologize
man.
for that. Yeah, man. So, but I think, dude, Sandbox, I'm ready, and I can't wait to see. I think we're gonna have some like really fun stuff. And if anybody has not already jumped into our Discord, you're gonna want to do that. We're putting together Metaverse Builders, which is a group of guys who are trying to come together and build and create and do as much as possible when it comes to all of the different metaverses. And that's like bringing not only like lads in the projects that we've trying to put together, but they've also got their own projects, and people are helping each other out. They're talking about Vulcanverse, they're talking about Decentraland, we're talking Somnium Space has a sale this weekend, so maybe the lads are going to sweep through there, and we've all got a piece of Sandbox. So I think obviously like things are happening. You guys are going to want to jump in, and if you like to build, we're going to need some builders very, very soon. So
100%. So we've got the rest of the episode. Steph is waiting in the wings, Steph from EOS Nation, to talk about the drop that's going to happen specifically for those in lads and obviously the wider crypto and NFT enthusiast space. We have one more story to get to, but I did want to get to some of these comments too, Ronan. I know Usman's in the chat. He's one of your good friends. Steph's in the chat, so he's waiting in the wings and in chat. Bruno's talking about Binance. A couple other lads are talking about Binance. We're at 41, guys. We need to hit 59 if we want to do the extra lads drop for the NFTLive episode today. So that's that. It is what it is. What do we got from the Flow blockchain here?
all right, man. So obviously, it's a good time to bring up Usman, because Usman is actually a TopShot moderator on their Discord. If you guys are interested in TopShot at all, if you've ever gone onto their Discord, I guarantee you've seen him chatting, because the man does not sleep. But we are talking a little bit about TopShot and the fact that they are king at the moment when it comes to NFTs, and some numbers that they released, which I've got here, Buff, on my screen, if we've got this working. Yeah. So what we've got here is some numbers that they put out, which is basically $79,000 of transaction in the last 24 hours. That was the 27th going into the 28th. In the last 30 days, they've put $802,000 and all-time $1.1 million for NBA Top Shot and Flow blockchain. Now, if we're talking mass adoption, if we're talking wanting to hit, audiences that some of these projects are just not able to reach out and hit themselves, then this is probably one of those projects that you have to talk about, and you're going to continue to talk about. The fact that you can get onboarded without having to worry or have any part of crypto, like even mentioned, is an excellent experience. And I think those numbers show. I think that they're really reaching collectors that are outside of the space, and that's what we want to see more of. What do you think?
100%. Yeah. What do I think?
Those
Flow's
are
going to be the king of NFTs, man. I think NBA Top Shot. Yeah, NBA Top Shot's interesting because I think it goes into like, how do I say this? The way that I've looked at Flow and the way that I've looked at NBA Top Shot in general probably needed an update, because of what they're doing is actually going into like the more traditional collectible space. And what I mean by that is like, I needed to value some of these cards a little bit differently than I did, and actually like see the value in some of the like the specific releases, as opposed to what we have been doing with a lot of the releases on Wax. Is kind of going in the euphoria of whatever's going on in that launch, and trying to flip some things. I think Flow, NBA Top Shot, what they're bringing is a kind of a long-term play to a lot of these NFTs, and that's kind of how I saw it. It just, with all these releases, man, I just need to get up to date on how I can actually value these cards long-term, and that's something I haven't said about many NFT projects.
Right, right. Yeah, I think that one of the interesting things there, one is obviously that they've got this product, and then next year they've got UFC coming, which is totally like an adult like IP, right? Like you're really targeting a specific type of audience there, and then you've got Dr. Seuss, which is like the opposite end, right? But like you're capturing like totally different demographics there. So I really feel like Flow and what they're doing in there, and bringing in these big IPs and kind of like taking them one at a time, and dedicating the time to those IPs, excuse me, and building them is huge. And one thing I really liked is actually when we were speaking the other night about NBA Top Shot, I think it was in Discord chat, actually, they had brought up the fact that one of the Flo Roham has actually put out that he feels like mass adoption comes from when you can bring more people to the IP on a daily basis. And I think that's what is a real big difference between the collecting experience here in the blockchain world and like the apps of Tops, right? Like if you're playing the Tops apps, if anybody here is in chat, if you play the Tops apps, I'd be interested to know which ones you guys play. But those apps are dropping not one set a day, they're dropping like multiple brand new sets a day. So that kind of keeps people involved in your ecosystem, and it's on a daily basis, and it's going to be literally multiple times throughout the day. Obviously they have some free to play mechanics that play into that, but when a big IP and a big project like maybe NBA Top Shot really kind of finds that sweet spot of maybe they can start dropping really cool sets almost daily, maybe not that quickly, but you'll start to see like more investment in the IP, more investment in the product, more investment in what they're doing. And I think ultimately Flow is really positioning themselves to be what Top Shot or Tops is for the mobile apps.
Interesting, man. Yeah. One last thing on NBA Top Shot here. They do have I believe it's a rookie drop. Usman, let us know if we're kind of incorrect here, but I think it's the rookie drop here today. 12 p.m. Pacific Standard is going to be their drop today. So I know I kind of like flummoxed the first talking about this, but basically what Top Shot is allowing me to do here is actually view NFTs in a little bit different light, man. I think long-term hold, and I don't mean NFTs, but kind of the collectibles and the cards that we've seen specifically. It just like is a whole nother type of realm of value, as opposed to kind of like looking at them as quick flips and stuff like that, man. And that kind of blew my mind, a little bit ago. And rookie cards, I think traditionally are something that have held value in traditional collectible card sports specifically. So, muted.
Sorry, some of these LeBron cards that are selling for thousands of dollars now. Can you imagine in multiple like years, like 3, 4, 5 years down the line, when they've got 10 times the number of people that are partaking in this experience every single day? Like the value is definitely there. And this is, like you said, it's one of the first projects where you have to really think like, do I want to like make that quick flip for 2 times or 3 times? Or do I want to like really hold some of these assets and see what they're going to be, right? Like I think I've got 2 rares. I didn't open very many packs. I haven't really jumped into the experience. I'm not a huge basketball fan. But I have 2 rares, and I looked at them and I'm like, they're not bad cards. They're selling for like 15, 20 bucks right now. However, in 3 years, they're going to be worth something, right? Because they're still like, I think one of them is like a 77 out of 350. That's a lot right now. But down the line, some of those sets are probably going to, the rare sets might have 1,000 prints, right? So, because it scales based on like how many users you have. And so it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be a fun project to watch. And I think Flow overall is positioning themselves well, like you said, to almost take over in that collectible way.
1,000%. I think King of NFTs is going to be up for debate once their main launches and they get going. So it's going to be an interesting space. We're all here to kind of push ourselves, but a little competition isn't that bad. So, guys, the best part of the episode, I think, is upon us. Steph's kind of been waiting in the wings here. We're going to bring him here in a second. I do want to drop this link here for you guys. So the first Lads drop, for those of you that are participating today that have been part of the Lads community, I'm going to drop this now. There's going to be I believe 50 person limit or 50 lads limit, and you're going to be able to claim 100 lads each. That's going to be available now, and we're going to drop another if we do hit the all-time highs. But we have this special portion of the episode to get to. EOS Nation is obviously a huge driver within the EOS ecosystem. They're doing a ton of things, just in general in that space, as far as like pushing governance forward, pushing different projects and things like that. One of their projects, we're going to bring Steph in here right now to talk about. We're gonna just kind of sit back and be viewers here and let Steph break down the project as well as what the lads are getting themselves. So what's going on, Steph?
Hey guys, doing great. Pretty busy today, but super excited to be here and talk about the Vancity outbreak. So like you said, EOS Nation, we're very involved in the whole EOS.io ecosystem, a lot on EOS, but today we're releasing this on Wax, which is also built on EOS.io technology. We're one of the active guilds on there as well. And what we did is, well, me and Martin, a coworker of mine, we've been active in the NFT space. I've been really getting into the collectibles on Wax. Martin's more into the artistic side. He used to be, well, he still is an artist. He used to do paintings and release and all that stuff. So we've been keeping an eye on the industry, and we've been wanting to get involved. So the first project we did is we teamed up with some artists from Vancouver. They created a photorealistic, gruesome comic novel, and we're turning that comic novel into an NFT release. So one of our ambassadors, Brian Patel in Vancouver, he was talking with his friend, and then Reed, the artist that created Vancity, was complaining that his publishing options weren't really what he needed. And so Brian suggested, maybe you want to do an NFT release, right? Reed has no idea what blockchain is. So we give him a quick update on what it is, and we're like, yeah, we think this project is cool. So we've been working together for the past 2 months or so to get this together, and we're launching tomorrow. So the Vancity outbreak is going on right now. We'll post some links in the chat right there. You can join our Telegram. We'll be giving away, we'll be doing giveaways for the next 36 hours or so. And the way I designed this release was to make it as fair and fun as possible. So for you guys that have been doing Wax releases in the past, the pack rush, the mint rush, that's super exciting, but it's also very frustrating when it fails. So when designing this distribution, I wanted to make it fair and fun for people and have no risk of having a failed launch. So what we did is that it's a bit different than what we've seen in past releases. So what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to buy a survival drop tomorrow. They're only 100 wax each. And then each survival drop has an equal chance of getting airdrops, the low mints, the mint number ones, and all that good stuff. So when the sale goes live tomorrow, you go on Atomic Hub to our drop page, and once you buy these drops, you don't need to worry about being online at a certain time to make sure you get max value and maximum chances for low mints. So we'll be airdropping the entire collection on Halloween Day to everyone who's holding these survival drops. So if you want a bigger share of the collection, buy more survival drops. And so we're trying to include a lot of communities in NFT. We're trying to reward people who are active in the Wax NFT space. So we're giving away a lot of survival drops. If you filled out an NFT survey that I was passing around early in the week, we're giving you a free survival drop. We'll be giving the lads some free survival drops, as well as other communities in Wax. So we're trying to spread the love. I'm trying to get as many people at least one survival drop, so you can get a chance at some cool zombies, some sick kill shots, and the super rare ultimates, which are really nice animations that really highlight the best artistic pieces of this Vancity Outbreak comic. So we added, of course, a bit of gamification to the series. There's 41 comic book pages in episode 1 of Vancity Outbreak, which is what we're releasing. So if you collect all 41 pages within 2 weeks, then you'll qualify for the rare and exclusive cover NFT that we'll be dropping to everyone who's able to finish that set of comic book pages. So if you want to learn more, welcome to join our Telegram channel and follow Whiplash News 27 on Twitter. There's a reporter in Vancouver. she's out in the scene, stuff is going on, and we're trying to play up the narrative and have fun with this project while bringing something fresh and new to the space that I haven't seen on Wax so far. So that's a good quick overview of what we're doing. The artwork is really nice. They're stunning photographs that are then they add some composite work to it. I'm not the artist behind this project, so that's not my domain of expertise. I was more focused on designing the release, the rarity, the number of cards, the drop, the price points, all that stuff, trying to make basically a drop that I would enjoy participating in.
Steph, it sounds like you've been involved in a lot of the sales on Wax, because that is one of the issues, is that everybody every single time gets screwed over by somehow the sale process, the physical, process of actually buying the cards, all of this stuff. So basically it's going to be a randomized process, right? Of being able to drop mints.
And those pack rush, like some of them failed for me, couldn't get in on the early opens. Some of them worked, right? I got some low mints. So then I'm happy, I share in the chat, but then other friends are like, mine failed. And then I feel bad for them. And then I'm not happy to share that I got lucky and got some low mints, right? Whereas with the Dark Country release, if you remember, they had a mess up, and then they're like, okay, send us your packs and we'll open them randomly for you. So then everyone was in the chat waiting to see, hey, which mints did I get? Am I getting my pack open? And then we were able to enjoy the process as a community instead of competing with each other. So that was kind of my approach here when designing this distribution. So hopefully, you guys like what we're doing here. We're trying to onboard non-blockchain artists into the space. We showed Reed the Atomic Hub. He tuned in to my show when I went on any observation, and he's now hooked into buying new NFTs. And he's like, oh man, Steph, send me some Wax. I need to get that Go Pepe, Dr. Pepe, whatever it was. So I really like how the NFT space is onboarding mass adoption. And I've been talking about mass adoption in blockchain for 3 years now. And only this year really do I have a nice product that I can onboard artists, fans, collectors, super easy, Wax Cloud Wallet, login, password, and then you're in. So it's been super exciting for me in the last 6 months, diving deep into the NFT game. And I hope this release is a success, and we can showcase this to other artists and encourage them to onboard and use the blockchain as a distribution method. So that's about it. Encourage you guys to join us. We'll be doing drops all day, including dropping some for the layer 1 community as well. And,
I want to, Steph, I want to get to Ronin's comments. I want to see if Ronin has any comments here, and then we'll get to that specific drop, because we definitely want to reward a lot of the lads that have been following us up to this point, and get them access to what you're doing with this Vancity Outbreak, man. But Ronin, do you have any comments before we get to that specific process?
Yeah, man, I just wanted to say, I commend you guys for trying something a little bit different. I know, especially when you get into the community, right? I'm there in the Telegram and I'm chatting and I'm seeing people's reactions to the different drop types and the different drop issues. And even though you have these drop problems, you still have that core of people, especially on Wax, that are we like the way it works. We like to rush towards the mints. We like cracking the packs. We like to to get as low mints as possible in that chase. But I think outside of that, I think a lot of people really would appreciate something different. And the fact that you guys are trying that pack drop and doing it a little bit differently, I commend you for that. I think it's an excellent idea. Me personally, I think it kind of takes you back to real that true baseball card feel, right? It's not the first person to get into the store and grab a pack was going to get the best cards, right? You never knew when you'd pop it open, you'd find that rookie card. So I think it kind of harkens back to that. It gives everyone that opportunity. You don't have to worry. For me being a dad or somebody who works full time, it's really difficult to have to nail these times and race other people, right? So excellent job on that. I think the art is really, really well done, man. Best of luck to you guys. I think it's cool. Very, very cool. I think that bringing a comic IP like that is an excellent idea. So I'm going to be watching for sure.
Yeah, it fits, and it was super fun designing it. And talking about those preferences of mint hunters or not, our survey had a question about what kind of distribution do you want. We had 150 people answer. We'll be releasing the results soon. But 55%, I think, said they would prefer a fair distribution where there's no race and you don't need to be online at a specific time to get that max value, right?
Right. Yeah, it's an excellent idea. Yep. And then what about the award like card? So if you get those, like, you get the full set within the first 2 weeks, you get that award, special one drop award. Did you guys had you been kind of planning around that? Because I've been preaching it for a while now. Like, I think award cards and kind of gamifying just the collecting itself is an excellent ideal. So, we saw it this week with Tommy's drop on a Nifty Gateway. The first people to collect all 5 from the same team got one of 3 like animated gifts, right? So it seems like you're doing something similar. You got a little bit longer time. But tell us a little bit about why you went with the award drop.
Exactly.
Frame.
So, like you said, gamification is another theme actually that came up in the survey, and it's clear that the trend is going towards if your NFTs don't have other functionalities than just being a collectible, I don't think we'll be seeing those a year from now at all. And the results were clear. Most people collect NFTs because they're also game items, and that's what they want to see. So we didn't have a huge team behind this. We couldn't set up a whole game dynamic. But I did want to at least give a bit of a reward to people who do finish the collection. So these comic book pages, they are the commons of the collection. And this is what we're getting people to complete.
Awesome. Very, very cool.
Nice, man. Is that go ahead, Steph.
Yeah, so this is episode 1 of Vancity Outbreak. We also have episode 2 that's already been created that we're going to be releasing around the end of this year, and then hopefully continuing to do more episodes next year. Now, we've got zombie NFTs, we've got cleaner squad NFTs, we've got kill shot NFTs. There's definitely something to be done in terms of getting these NFTs to interact together. So right now we haven't really focused on that or planned anything specific to that, but definitely we've got some ideas to see, depending on where this series goes, into 2021.
Yeah, it'd be cool. We're setting up shop in the Sandbox. It'd be really cool to have a zombie takeover the Lad City there once we set up a Sandbox. But guys, for those of you at home, I think that alarm for that Steph just kind of silenced there was to turn on the light for his lizard friend behind him, right? Was that what it was?
That's right.
Okay. So Steph, you gave us a lot of good information. You kind of gave us a good overview there. Let's talk about the actual physical process. So what we're actually going to do, and you can kind of lay out the actual details, but the first drop, which is the survival drop packs, are only going to be available for our recruits. So the guys that have more than 1,000 lads, but you also have a promo sticker pack, 15 of them, I believe, that we're going to give out to basically everybody that holds even one lad. So that's going to be the situation here, but kind of break down the details there for us, man.
Great. So like I said, we're trying to make this easy for everyone. So if you get one of those promo survival drops, that's it. That's all you got to do. It's in your account. You sit back, Halloween, check your account. You'll see some zombies popping up there. You'll see some comic book pages, and we're trying to make it super easy for people. If you want to buy more survival drops, those go on sale tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, 100 wax each. Not expensive. We're not trying to break the bank on anyone. Just trying to spread a bit of zombies and some fun on this Halloween 2020.
Yeah. Awesome, man. That's amazing. So this is what we're going to do. I think we're going to type #GoLads here in the chat, and the first 15 that come through, what we're going to do is drop those 15 sticker packs to anyone that is doing #GoLads. And then afterwards, the way that this is going to work, Steph, and correct me if I'm wrong, with the survival packs, we're going to I know you talked to me pre-episode, but we're going to have to figure that out tomorrow, correct? Because they're not tradable at this point.
Yeah, those are non-transferable NFTs. They're going to sit in your account, and they're going to be your beacon for me to airdrop some zombies onto you on the 31st.
Okay. All right. So all of our recruits that are in Discord in Lad City, we'll figure that out post-episode, and we'll pick, I believe, a certain amount of guys to get that survival drop. That'll be fun. So
that's right.
Awesome stuff. Thanks, man.
All right. Thanks for having me on, guys. I'll go turn back the lights for my lizard here.
All right, man. All right, we're seeing the Go Lads come through. That was an awesome summary of what they're doing with Whiplash Comics and EOS Nation. Man, I love Steph. We've been kind of friends here for a long time, so it's great to see what they're doing in the EOS ecosystem and for NFTs now. Man, that's amazing. A lot of cool game models there that he walked through. So can't wait to see more. We see the Go Lads coming through. So the first 15 are getting some of these drops. We will drop. God, how do we do this, Ronin? Do they also have to drop their wax wallet? They have
What do
to
you
drop
mean?
their wax
You're the
wallet
one who just
address.
went out there and said, "Hey, just throw out a hashtag." Like,
Okay,
I
okay.
went with the wheel of names. Okay, I'm
The
just
wheel of
saying.
names.
Like,
Okay, so, all right. So listen, if you are one of the first 15, you also have to drop your wax wallet. I don't see a way around it to get you what you need today. So you have to drop your wax wallet address. I'll match the ones that came through first 15 with the wax wallet afterwards. But we appreciate the Go Lads coming through. All right, let's get to the rest of the
yeah,
episode.
I think at minimum, I think I was able to capture the names. Worst case scenario, we're gonna have to hunt some people down.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Sorry, I'm just pasting this into the doc real quick for us.
All right.
So what do we got next? We talked the interlude. Obviously, I dropped the information a little bit about the fact that Nifty Gateway has really been doing a lot of things. I didn't get to kind of show the preview interlude. I don't think it's really that super necessary, honestly. But for you guys who do want to check it out, actually, Buff, if you want, I actually do have it pulled up. So I'll go ahead and run this real quick, just kind of so you guys can see. I don't think you guys get my audio or not. But first of all, they put together a really cool little teaser drop, so it's worth checking out. But like I said, BEEPLE, he's got a huge following. He's coming to Nifty Gateway, and I think that if you guys are even halfway interested in art, you're going to want to check that out tomorrow. And then the next thing that we have to chat about is MegaCrypto. I always mess this up. MegaCryptoPolis.
I think it's. I thought for a long time it was MegaCryptoPolis, but it could be MegaCryptoPolis. I don't know. Anyways, they're launching their long-awaited token. I got involved in this project a little bit when it first launched, but it didn't strike the right chord with me. It's just from a user perspective, but they are launching their token. It looks like MegaCryptoPolis is launching their token Mega. There's going to be some farming opportunities here, not investment advice, but ETH and Tron I think are available for farming within the game itself. There's a little bit of cross-chain I don't want to say nonsense, but there's definitely like some weird moves. I'll read it right here. This is from Play to Earn. We love what Robert's doing at Play to Earn. We use a lot of their links. Let me see if I can't get this. MegaCryptoPolis players can swap wood for Mega on Ethereum, move the Mega token from Ethereum to Tron through USDT, and then swap the Mega for wood again on Tron. It's complicated, but it should work according to the white paper. So yeah, definitely some bridge issues there. But yeah, I think there is some opportunities for farming, both ETH and Tron. I think they've just been made available to kind of, straight up for the users. It's a Sim City type situation where you own the assets and they go to work for you and like a passive income approach there from the game itself. So Mega Tokens launching.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I figured I would jump in and check it out before we went live. I spent about 15 minutes just kind of playing with it. It seems like it's just your usual mobile, like quote unquote city builder. So like you pick a plot of land, you choose what you want to build on the plot of land, and then you put some citizens. You have to pay for the plot of land. You have to pay for the asset that you're going to put on. You have to pay for your citizens. But once you do all that, then they start to basically farm for you. So then they start actually producing some of these resources that are then used for different things in the game, whether that's building more buildings, whether that's selling it on the market. So somebody else is building. Eventually, they're going to have the requirement of like you'll have to have screws and wood to be able to make this building. So at that point, like if you've been farming the stuff, then the resources, then obviously you'll be able to kind of sell out in that way, right? So I think it's a cool, and I think that's what we're going to see the most of. Like a lot of these, free to play, play to earn opportunities kind of popping up that are very simple UIs that people can kind of like really nail because they're simple, right? And then it's just a matter of like building in the blockchain on the background and really making it work for the experience. So very cool what they're doing over there. I think it's a cool project. I think that you know, the 15, 20 minutes I spent, it seems like it's something worth checking out, and eventually they will be building out even more to that experience.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to me whether, like CryptoPolis, where they have this kind of passive income that you get from playing an actual like game, will work its
Mhm.
way into the broader ecosystem, maybe in 6 months to a year. I know we saw this DeFi craze, but actually visualizing a DeFi craze in the same way MegaCryptoPolis is doing, where you have to buy the assets to farm and do all this things to get a yield. I wonder if that will come back in a huge wave, kind of just as we go forward. I think DeFi obviously didn't have that kind of virtual and visual experience through a game, but I mean, many DeFi founders called what is happening in DeFi a game, an MMORPG. So it'll be interesting if it actually forms into a game itself. Definitely interesting, man. So we've got MegaCryptoPolis. I'll get to some of these comments, guys. I pretty much got all of your Wax wallets there, so I'll match the first 15 that commented with the 15 wallets, and you will get those 15 NFT stickers from this collectible series coming from Whiplash Comics. That's going to be awesome. I'll talk with Steph and get you guys that after. We had 28 people claim their lads today via that link above. If we do hit, we're at 48. If we hit 59, we'll drop another link for another 100 lads. You guys know what to do there. We're happy to have you along today. So we've got, I believe, two more three stories here. One short one, and one, two fairly longer ones. So we're gonna hit these three stories, and then we're gonna go to closing and talk about our artist series. So what's going on with our next story here, Buff or Ronin?
I look a little different today, don't I? I wanted to actually kind of take a moment to talk a little bit about Avastars. I know you guys have heard me talk about Avastars a little bit on the show before, but it's a project that I really like. It's a project that I really think that they're doing excellent things. One of the big things that they tout is that their NFTs are all on chain, which means that unlike the poor people who got in on, what was it, Nifty emojis, where once that project like poofed, the images that were attached to those tokens actually disappeared as well. Avastars will never go anywhere. The image of your Avastar is saved on the blockchain. And one of the things that they're doing right now, which I think is really cool, especially for our viewers, is what they call scroll to earn. Okay, so what scroll to earn is basically you just have to use their platform, and you're looking for a specific amount of traits or a specific, just anything that they're looking for specifically. And the one they have going on right now is they need anybody who any Avastar who has 3 legendary traits. And I've got one pulled up here, Buff, if you wanted to share that. Basically, if you click on an Avastar while you're scrolling, you can see their traits. And then it will list them out as long as they have a legendary skin, hair, and eye color. All you have to do is add them to what they call the global queue, right? And I'll show you how this works. It's super simple so you guys can see. And once you add it to the global queue, they keep an eye on it. So if you put a bounty on the global queue, they'll actually go ahead and take it out. And when you consign it in that way, there's a bounty amount automatically added. So if an Avastar is, let's say, 0.07 ETH, you'll make like 0.03 or 0.04 ETH if someone else decides to buy that Avastar off of that feed. And it's super simple, right? So let's say you're scrolling through and this is all you do. You continue to scroll, and it automatically, like the AI just populates random combinations. In this case, I know that a pink skin is a legendary. So that meets one of the requirements. I don't know about the hair or the eye color, but you can check. So if all 3 of these matched, what you would do is you would just click it, add it to your queue, and then you have to be connected to your wallet. I'll show you. And then all you do is...
You send me some ETH while you're at it?
Yeah, sure. Then you click what's called consign, and then it adds your consign. So I actually have some up here that I threw up last night that basically, if anybody's interested, they come in here, they pay for it, and they'll pay with a bounty added on top. So what you end up doing is you make a little bit of money, right? If you meet one of the bounties, they significantly have a little bit more. So like this legendary, I think you can make like 0.14 ETH if you find a legendary and put it up for consignment. So that's Avastars. They're doing a lot of really cool stuff. This is their third series right now. And they basically, there's 5,000 each series. Once the series is over, some of the traits that you see here will be gone forever. And they'll be replaced with new traits in the next series. And yeah, so, and the idea here is that eventually you'll be able to use these in like the metaverse, and they'll be almost interoperable within that space. I'm checking out chat real quick. Fresco says, will you guys ever get TopShot on for an interview? Absolutely. I think that we're always open to having chats with people in the industry. It's just a matter of finding out where we're going to fit them in the schedule and on what show is appropriate, right? So we do news and stuff here. So we're kind of looking for a really good space to put somebody like, you know, the Dappers and the Blancos. Those guys want to come and have a chat as well. So you guys can look forward to some more content that's going to be, you know, the people like that, like shakers and movers that we can come and we can sit down and we can interview, we can pick their brains. You guys can come in, ask questions, and all of that. So I think we lost Q. He lost power. Oh no. All right. So this one's on me, guys. This has been a fun one. Me and Buff, right? We still got Buff. We can run the end of the show together. All right, guys. So
we'll get through it, bud.
Thank you so much, brother.
It's been a rough one.
Your support.
Poor Q.
It's poor Q. He's probably like, what in the world is going on? So actually the last kind of just general news topic that we had was one that Q wanted to kind of go over. And honestly, yeah, of course. So I actually don't have too much to say about that one. We're going to skip that one. And we're going to go into the last kind of topic for the show in general. Which is the NFTLive artist series. So this week we are going to actually have the pleasure of having Fewocious on Sunday night at 8:30 Eastern. And for those of you who are not aware of who Fewocious is, she is an artist who came into the space just a few short weeks ago, I feel like, but it's probably been about 2 months now. And she's been doing absolutely phenomenal. She has a very unique style. Her art is just unique. That's the best way to put it, right? And with that, she actually, this week, she just closed a collaboration where her and Jonathan Wolfe sold a piece for 22.5 ETH, which is amazing. It's $8,700. And that work was, I thought it was just, for her, she said that it was very special because she hadn't really done a collaboration like this before. So outside of that, you know, I'm really looking forward to having her on Sunday night. She's got a Nifty Gateway drop coming next week. She's going to have a lot more information as far as that is concerned for you guys when she comes on Sunday night. I really hope that you lads turn up. When we've got these artists on, it really means a lot to give them support, bring some energy to them. When they come on the show, we want them to know that like they've got the NFT community behind their back, especially the lads community. So for everyone who has come out in the past couple of weeks, we appreciate that. Buffalo's been kicking ass with that show and kind of rolling with the punches. And as we continue to kind of see what we can do, right? Like, and try to get as much content as we can for you guys. And I know Buff is super excited. He's been asking like, can we get Fewocious on? Can we get Fewocious on? Like, when are we going to have Few? Dude, she's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
She's 17. Okay, guys, I don't know if I said that or not. She's 17 years old. She's killing it. She launched almost like a t-shirt line of her work last year, and the last 14 months, I think at this point, have just been an absolute whirlwind. So getting her on, having a chat, finding out what it's like to be a 17-year-old sitting in history class while one of your art pieces sells for $8,700 is going to be a really fun conversation. So we hope that you guys join in Sunday night, 8:30 Eastern. Q says he's getting DOS. He's getting DDoSed.
This episode is haunted.
It fits perfectly, right? So
yeah, we're getting through it though.
Exactly. And so yeah, so that was kind of like the big news for this week. Obviously, we appreciate the guys over at Nifty Gateway for kind of coming on and being partners with us for these drops. We're looking forward to hopefully working with them more in the future. And outside of that, man, we do have a couple of minutes, right? And I don't really want to like cut the show short necessarily, right? So I don't know. What do you got going on, Buff?
Oh my God.
Have you collected
trying to
any
put
NFTs?
out fires?
Yeah, fire after fire.
Yeah, we got the show coming up on Sunday night. It's gonna be exciting. Fewocious. Look forward to that. Really feel the energy she brings. Is gonna be exciting for this artist series. And we're working on some projects within the Discord. So if you guys haven't gotten the Discord yet, I highly recommend you jump in there. We are working on some projects. And last night I was up late working on Lads Radio, which will be a radio station we'll be launching soon. So yeah, exciting times. Hopefully we can get these boogeymen out of the episode and get back to our normal good ways.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's going to happen, man. And you know, that's part of it, right? Like we're growing, we're building kind of like a content network here. If you guys haven't checked out the light paper, that is also available through a link on the Discord. I just dropped a link in chat for any of you that are not lad yet. It's super easy. You hop in, there's a start here. It explains everything to you guys, and you can become part of our community, right? And part of what we're doing here is we are trying to create the content network when it comes to blockchain news, especially NFTs. I feel like we've really kind of cornered this space, and I think we bring you guys some quality content. We want to continue to build upon that content, and the artist series is just one of those ways that we're trying to do that. Like I mentioned, we are also trying to work out a way of fitting in other project leads and game devs that want to come and have a talk. We just have to have the proper platform. And as we continue to try to grow, and as you and I specifically try to make this kind of our daily, almost our prime form of income, right? That is our goal. The closer we get to that goal, the more energy we bring and the more quality content we can bring to you guys. So, your support here is awesome. Your support for retweeting, liking the video, subscribing to the channel, joining in on the Discord, on the conversation, letting your friends know about Lads and what we're doing here is very important to our growth. And I don't know, Q may shoot me for this, but I also think it's worth throwing out that we are actively looking for sponsors to sponsor this episode, or our NFT episodes, as well as Layer 1 as a whole. I think it's about time that we really are able to reinvest into the product that we're putting together, and we want to do that, and we want to do it quickly, and we want to just continue to up the quality of our show, right? So that way we continue to have a lot of fun stuff like this. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for helping me get through the last 10-15 minutes of the show without my normal co-host. I do love the pug. I do love the horse. Mr. Boogeyman is probably my favorite so far, and who knows who will show up before I actually get to say goodbye. But thank you, lads, so much for chat. You guys really, you bring the energy every day. We said it before, we'll say it again, and we'll continue to say it. Our mantra is, our vibe is our tribe is our vibe. Yeah, man. So thank you guys so much for being here. And I think it's time for me and Buffalo to say goodbye.
Later, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, lads.